Okay, in this video I'm just going to show you what I mean by rewriting and fraction busters for today's lesson. These are concepts that are in chapter 10, but it turns out that the book actually pretends like you know it earlier, and then they put the lessons in chapter 10, and so that's why we've decided to move it to the middle of chapter 3, or the end of chapter 3. And also, you've done these all before in Math 8 and in Math 7. So rewriting just means to fix the equation to make it simpler. So on this first one, you look at what they all have in common. They all have 32 as a factor. So you can divide that 32 out from all three terms. And then you can see that these cancel, and these cancel, and you're left with a much simpler equation. You're left with 3x minus 5 equals 7, and then you can just solve that one for x. And then for all of these, you want to do a check. So when you check, you always want to check it in the original equation so that in case you did make an error here, it won't show up in your check. And then if you made an error, the check won't come out right, and you'll know you need to fix something. So I'll plug it into the original, which the only x is that one right by the 3. And then I will solve. And so then I would maybe need to pull out a calculator. I remember this side is 224, 32 times 7. And then I think this one was 384 and 120. No. Sorry, I have this. I've done this problem a bunch of times today, but now they're all starting to blend together. 12 times 32, 384, so this must be 160. Yeah. So then you get 224 equals 224, and then that is your check. It checks out. So on these other ones, I'm not going to show you the check, but that's how you would do it on all of them. So this one, they all go out to the 10th spot, or that's the farthest spot, so you want to multiply through by 10. Then if you do that, you'll be able to get rid of the decimal. So you get 12m minus 2 equals 38 plus 10m. Make sure you multiply every term, even the one that doesn't have a decimal. And then you go ahead and solve the equation the rest of the way, and I already sent you the picture with what the answer is. So I'll leave that one for you to try. And then fraction busters. The main thing with fraction busters is you're looking for the least common multiple of the numbers that are in the denominator. So the least common multiple between 6 and 8 is 24. And then I also write versions of 24 that will help cancel things out. So like 6 times 4 is also the same as 24, and 8 times 3 is also the same as 24. And so I can use these depending on which fraction I'm trying to eliminate. So for this first one, I want to eliminate the 6, so I'm going to choose the 6 times 4. And then this one, I'm going to choose the 8 times 3. And this one, there's no fraction. There's nothing in the denominator besides a 1. So I'm just going to multiply it by the 24. And then I can see here the 6's cancel out, and I'm left with 4x. Here the 8's cancel, and I'm left with 15. And then I just multiply 4 times 24. And now I've got a much easier math problem to solve, and I'll let you finish that. So as you're doing your work on these, just do the ones that I said in the email, and then I can check them for you. If they're all right, then you probably don't need to practice any other ones.